Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, it's more bad news for Ubisoft because Ubisoft is disbanded. Well, they're disbanding their Prince of Persia, the Lost Crown development team. If some of these rumors are to be true, boys and girls, and of course it would line up with exactly what we've seen been going on with Ubisoft. They've had a lot of disastrous dumpster fires. Of course, Star Wars Outlaws ended up losing money, and Assassin's Creed Shadows will probably end up doing the exact same thing. The company is facing absolute and complete and total destruction. There's rumors about it taking themselves private out there because their stock is absolutely in the toilet, and I mean literally can be picked up by just about anybody billionaire out there for pennies on the dollar at this point. It's absolutely pathetic state that Ubisoft has got itself into, and since we know that they're cleaning house and a lot of things are changing over there, this should come as no shock to anybody out there. But anybody that was hoping for a Prince of Persia sequel, well, guess what? That ain't gonna happen, boys and girls, because Ubisoft is disbanding the team and they ain't getting back together. So we're gonna check out this article from thatparkplace.com, getting all of the juicy details and see exactly what is going on with Prince of Persia and the future of it over there at Ubisoft. But before we do, if you do enjoy our content, hit that like button, share it with all your friends, and subscribe or follow if you have not already, boys and girls, because we are grinding, we are growing, and I could not do that without every single one of you. And also, leave us a comment in the section down below. Did you play Prince of Persia? Did you enjoy it? Did you were hoping for a second one? Or was it more of the same kind of hot garbage that we've gotten out of Ubisoft over the last few years? Does it surprise you at all that this team has been disbanded and they are cutting costs? Let us know what you think about all that in the comments section down below. And if you'd like to help support the channel, please check out the links in the description as well. So from John F. Trent over at thatparkplace.com, Ubisoft disbanded Prince of Persia, the Lost Crown development team. A new rumor alleges that Ubisoft disbanded the Lost Crown development team. This rumor comes from French YouTuber Origami, whose host detailed that the Ubisoft Montpellier office employees were seen transporting boxes of supplies from one floor to another. He notes the reason this was being done is because Ubisoft disbanded the Prince of Persia, the Lost Crown development team. Using YouTube's translate function, the Origami host states, in recent days at Ubisoft Montpellier, we are transporting boxes from one floor to another, and it's quite a symbol because it is that of disillusion, not announced to the public, but completed of the team Prince of Persia's The Lost Crown. So literally they're disillusioning, they're dissolving the entire team is what they're doing. You ain't going to work together no more. The host went on to share that the decision to disband the team was made shortly after the game released at the beginning of February. It released on January 18th, 2024 to Nintendo Switch, Xbox, and PlayStation. He said it's clear in the spring. In fact, a few patches, a DLC, and we are packing up. Oh no. While Ubisoft management had made the decision to move on from the game shortly after it was released, I wonder why, because it flopped. The host claimed that some members of the core development team fought for 2 DLCs in an attempt to change the minds of management. However, Ubisoft management were unconvinced, especially given the game's sales were below expectations. The nice way of saying it flopped. Instead, they wanted to reallocate the team to more potentially lucrative projects. Yeah, which one of those do you got, Ubisoft, going on right now? You ain't got squat that's lucrative. You're in the black and it's only going to get worse, or you're in the red and it's only going to get worse. Furthermore, the team was told that if they were to release a sequel, it could cannibalize long-term sales of the first game. Yeah, God forbid your second game end up being better than the abomination that was the first and outdoing it because you're not going to get one for there. And honestly, it sounds like just a nonsense excuse to go, look, guys, look, your game flopped. It sucked. It didn't sell. It cost us hundreds of millions of dollars. We're not doing this again. You guys clearly suck when you work together. So yeah, we're going to find somewhere else for you. You're lucky we're not firing you. Ubisoft did publicly announce a relocation of resources with its company back in May, where it revealed it's scrapping development on The Division Heartland at Red Storm Entertainment, allocating the resources to bigger opportunities such as X-Defiant and Rainbow Six. Yeah, because, the only things you have any chance of maybe making money off of. But at this point, we know better than that. Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown clearly does not fit into these categories as it is a 2D Metroidvania platformer out there because they're trying to expand their footprint into open world adventures and games as a service native experiences. So clearly this doesn't fit. And another reason why, if it didn't sell well, why bother keeping it going? Regarding the game's sales, the idea that they were soft is not surprising. The game recently released on Steam at the beginning of August and only hit a peak concurrent player count of 1,446. In the past 24 hours, that game only hit a peak concurrent player of just 123. Yeah, nobody cares. Nobody's buying this game. Sales estimates also indicate the game sold at most 54,000 units and at minimum just 40,600. That's insane. That is pathetic. 54,000 units sold. No wonder they canceled this game. That's an absolute abysmal flop. They probably spent $100 million on this game to only have 54,000 units sold. And even if you charged $70 a pop, which they didn't, 54,000 times that doesn't make up for the hundreds of millions of dollars you spent on this game. That is pathetic. To put that in perspective, PlayTracker estimated that Concord sold 20,800 units, while VG Insights estimated it sold 25,700. Only slightly better than the biggest video game disaster in history. Furthermore, given the game released to Steam in August, it's unlikely Ubisoft would be factoring in at least a decent bump for sales in its second quarter alongside Star Wars Outlaws. However, in a press release at the end of September, Ubisoft announced that it's significantly cutting back its expectations for the second quarter from 500 million to 350 to 370. That's a decrease of 30%. It also noted that it was lowering its yearly expectations to around 1.9 billion and around break even for non-IFRS operating income and free cash flow. The revised targets are mainly a reflection of the decisions taken for Assassin's Creed Shadows and the softer than expected launch for Star Wars Outlaws, i.e. a flop. And we don't need to go on through everything else and go through the CEO's excuses and everything else. Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown was just another disastrous dumpster fire of a flop of a game. And I mean, seriously, what's up with the same old haircut that we keep seeing for everybody out there that's supposed to be even slightly darker than a white person? What are they doing with this nonsense? At the end of the day, Ubisoft, this is just another one big loss for you. And it's just another example of another division and the continued collapsation of Ubisoft. Because guess what? They decided to partner with groups like Sweet Baby Inc. and they decided to push an agenda in their game that tries to prioritize rewriting history and giving us the uglification of characters because, oh, the male gaze is so evil and we want to own the chuds. Well, how's that owning working out for you, Ubisoft? You have one disastrous dumpster fire after another, and now you're completely and totally dissolving teams behind your creative choices. You are flopping, you are failing, your stock price is in the toilet, and at the end of the day, Ubisoft, it's exactly what you deserve because you did it to yourself.